Welcome to a journey beyond the veil of the known. Our planet is a masterpiece of geography, but hidden within its landscapes are scars, monuments, and anomalies that defy every logic we possess. From giant carvings meant only for the eyes of gods to waters that swallow ships whole, we are counting down the most enigmatic locations on the globe. These are the places where history turns into myth and science meets the impossible. Fasten your seatbelts. We are diving into the top 10 mysteries of Earth. 10. The Nazca Lines, Peru. Etched into the arid floor of the Nazca Desert in southern Peru, these massive geoglyphs remain one of archaeology's greatest enigmas. Created between 500 BCE and 500 CE, these lines depict everything from simple geometric shapes to complex figures like spiders, monkeys, and a 100-foot-long hummingbird. The scale is so immense that the figures can only be fully recognized from high in the air. This begs the question, who were they for? In the 1960s, Swiss author Erich von Däniken famously suggested they were landing strips for ancient astronauts. While archaeologists argue they were likely sacred paths for water rituals or astronomical calendars, the precision is staggering. How did a pre-industrial society create perfectly proportioned designs miles long without any aerial vantage point? Folklore suggests the Viracocha, or creator gods, descended from the sky and taught the people these patterns. To this day, new figures are being discovered by drones, proving that the desert of Peru still hasn't whispered all its secrets. 9. Stonehenge, England. On the windswept Salisbury Plain in England stands a ring of massive standing stones that has puzzled humanity for 5,000 years. Some of these sarsen stones weigh up to 30 tons, while the smaller blue stones were mysteriously transported from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 150 miles away. Without the wheel or pulley, how did Neolithic people move and hoist these monoliths? Local folklore long attributed the construction to the wizard Merlin, claiming he flew the stones from Ireland. Real incidents involve the discovery of elite burials around the site, suggesting it was a place of high honor or healing. The most chilling detail is its perfect alignment with the midsummer sunrise and midwinter sunset. Was it a temple? A calendar? Or, as some modern theorists suggest, a massive acoustic chamber designed to resonate with specific frequencies? Stonehenge remains a silent witness to a lost civilization that understood the stars better than we might ever understand them. 8. Easter Island, Chile. Located in a remote corner of the Pacific Ocean, Chile's Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is home to nearly 1,000 moai statues. These monolithic figures, with their heavy brows and elongated ears, stand as sentinels over a landscape that was once a lush forest but became a cautionary tale of ecological collapse. The legends of the Rapa Nui people claim the statues walked to their locations. For decades, scientists laughed at this, until experimental archaeology proved that using a system of ropes, the statues could be wobbled forward in a walking motion. But why the obsession? Some statues were found abandoned in the quarry, as if the workers suddenly dropped their tools and vanished. There are also reports of the Birdman cult, a strange and competitive religion that took over the island's culture. The haunting mystery lies in the faces of the moai. They don't look like the people who built them. Some believe they represent ancestors, while others point to the stars, wondering if the walking statues were signaling something far beyond our horizon. 7. The Great Blue Hole, Belize. Off the coast of Belize, in the center of the Lighthouse Reef, lies a giant marine sinkhole. It is a near-perfect circle of dark, midnight blue water, over 1,000 feet wide and 400 feet deep, surrounded by a ring of light turquoise coral. Exploring this abyss is like entering a submerged cathedral. Famous explorer Jacques Cousteau declared it one of the top diving sites in the world. But what lies at the bottom is eerie. In 2018, a high-tech expedition reached the floor and found conch graveyards and oxygen-depleted dead zones where nothing can survive. Most chillingly, they found tracks on the sandy bottom that looked like they belonged to something large, before realizing they were likely undecomposed tracks of small crabs that had fallen in and died. Folklore among local sailors tells of Lusca, a mythical sea monster, part shark, part octopus, that drags divers into the caves. Whether it's a monster or the crushing pressure, the blue hole feels like a portal to another world. 6. The Bermuda Triangle, Atlantic Ocean. Stretching between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico in the Atlantic Ocean, this patch of sea is perhaps the most infamous mystery on this list. It is a place where compasses spin wildly and ships and planes seem to evaporate into thin air. The legend truly began in 1945 with Flight 19, a group of 5 Navy bombers that vanished during a routine training mission. The rescue plane sent to find them also vanished. No debris, no oil slicks, no bodies were ever found. Since then, hundreds of incidents have been reported. Some scientists point to massive methane hydrate bubbles rising from the sea floor that could sink a ship instantly, or hexagonal clouds creating 170 million of air bombs. Yet, the folklore persists, from the electronic fog reported by pilot Bruce Jernan, who claimed he flew through a time-warping tunnel, to the belief that the triangle sits atop the sunken city of Atlantis, using its crystal power to interfere with modern technology. 5. Mount Kailash, Tibet. Deep in the remote reaches of Tibet stands Mount Kailash, a striking black rock peak that is perhaps the most sacred mountain on Earth. Unlike Everest, which thousands have summited, no human has ever stood atop Kailash. It is forbidden. 4 major religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon, revere this peak as the axis mundi, the center of the world and the stairway to heaven. The anomalies here are chilling. Travelers and pilgrims often report that time seems to move faster around the mountain. There are documented accounts of people spending just 12 hours near the peak and discovering that their hair and fingernails have grown as much as they would in 2 weeks. Even more bizarre is the mountain's shape, a near-perfect pyramid that is perfectly aligned with the cardinal points of the compass. Folklore tells us that the Hindu god Shiva sits at the summit in eternal meditation. Science struggles to explain the sound that some say resonates from the mountain during storms. Is it a natural formation, or as some theorists suggest, a massive, ancient, man-made pyramid covered by the layers of time? Those who try to climb it are said to be met with sudden, life-threatening weather or a strange mental fog that forces them back, as if the mountain itself is guarding a secret that humanity isn't ready to know. 4. The Door to Hell, Turkmenistan. In the heart of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, there is a hole in the earth that has been screaming with fire for over 50 years. Known officially as the Darvaza gas crater, this 230-foot-wide pit of burning methane is a sight so hellish it feels like a literal gateway to the underworld. The history of this place is a mix of Soviet secrecy and local legend. In 1971, Soviet engineers were drilling for oil when the ground collapsed into a massive cavern. Fearing the release of poisonous gases, they set it on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few weeks. It never did. Decades later, it burns just as bright. Real incidents at the site include reports of thousands of spiders being inexplicably drawn to the crater, marching into the flames like a ritualistic sacrifice. In 2013, explorer George Kourounis became the first person to descend to the bottom. He found unique bacteria living in the extreme heat, life forms that shouldn't exist. Local folklore warns that the door was opened by those who dared to dig too deep into forbidden ground, and that the fire isn't just burning gas, but is fueled by something much older and more malevolent lurking in the deep desert sands. 3. Machu Picchu, Peru. Perched high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, the lost city of the Incas remains a testament to a level of engineering that seems impossible for the 15th century. Built with massive stones cut so precisely that you cannot fit a human hair between them, Machu Picchu was constructed without the use of iron tools, the wheel, or even draft animals. The greatest enigma isn't how it was built, but why it was abandoned so suddenly. The Incas left no written record. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived, they never found it, leaving the city to be swallowed by the jungle until its rediscovery in 1911. At the heart of the city sits the Intihuatana stone, the hitching post of the sun. Legend says it was a portal for the sun god, Inti. During the solstice, the stone casts no shadow, aligning perfectly with the heavens. Some visitors report energy surges when touching the stones, and strange glowing orbs have been sighted floating over the ruins at night. Was Machu Picchu a royal retreat, a military fortress, or a sophisticated astronomical observatory used to track a cosmic cycle we've long forgotten? The silent stones offer no answers, only a haunting beauty that defies the ages. 2. The Devil's Tower, Wyoming, USA. Rising 1,267 feet above the plains of Wyoming, the Devil's Tower is a geological anomaly that looks like it belongs on another planet. It consists of thousands of hexagonal columns of igneous rock, bundled together like a giant petrified tree stump. While geologists claim it is an igneous intrusion, magma that cooled underground and was later exposed, the visual evidence is so striking it has inspired centuries of folklore. The Kiowa and Lakota tribes tell the story of several young girls who were chased by a giant bear. They climbed a rock, and the Great Spirit made the rock grow toward the sky to save them. The deep vertical grooves on the tower's sides, those are said to be the claw marks of the giant bear as it tried to reach the top. In modern history, the tower became a cultural icon after the film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which used the site as a landing pad for extraterrestrials. Real encounters involve ghost lights seen hovering near the summit and inexplicable magnetic interference reported by pilots flying nearby. Whether it is a sacred indigenous monument or a beacon for something from the stars, the tower commands a silence that is impossible to ignore. 1. The Richat structure, Mauritania. Hidden in the vast, desolate Sahara Desert of Mauritania lies the Eye of the Sahara. This is the Richat structure, a series of concentric rings spanning 25 miles in diameter. It is so large that it was only truly discovered when humans began traveling into space and looked back down at the Earth to see a giant, blue-tinged eye staring back at them. For years, science claimed it was an impact crater from a meteor, but there is no shocked quartz to prove it. Others say it's a volcanic dome, but the symmetry is too perfect. This leads us to the most mind-blowing theory of all, Plato's Atlantis. If you compare the measurements and descriptions provided by Plato in his dialogues, circular rings of water and land, a mountain to the north, and an opening to the sea, the Richat structure matches them almost exactly. Geologists have found that the Sahara was once lush with water and rivers, meaning this eye could have been a thriving harbor thousands of years ago. Local folklore speaks of an ancient, advanced city of the sun that was swallowed by the sand in a single night of fire and earthquakes. Is the Eye of the Sahara the literal remains of the world's most famous lost civilization? It is the ultimate mystery, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the desert winds to reveal the truth. Our world is a map of shadows filled with places that remind us how little we truly understand about our history and our reality. Are these locations mere coincidences of geology and time, or are they the fingerprints of something greater? Perhaps the answers are there, waiting in the dust of Peru or the fires of Turkmenistan. But for now, they remain the Earth's greatest secrets. Which of these mysteries do you believe holds the truth? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your mind open to the impossible. Thanks for watching.